Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday show, guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing great on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Welcome in Scotty J Travels, Donnell, Cruising is Fun Anytime. Debbie, welcome in, you guys. Lovely to see you guys here. Today's just going to be a chill live stream as we get ready to head to Europe next week. I cannot believe that after 2 years worth of planning, we are just days away. Crazy to even think about something like that. But I really need some of you guys' help today. I do want to bring the community together because I do have some questions for you guys, mainly for those if you have traveled to Europe. Um, there's been a lot of research going on behind the scenes for this trip, and I'm just trying to gather as much information as I can before we head down that way. Welcome in, Miss Margot. Thank you so much for being here today. So, but yeah, I don't know how even to say, I'm just super excited. Not sure what to expect. Is my first time, going over there to Europe. So it's going to be my just everything's going to be first, like flying over 14 hours, arriving there, doing all there is to do in Rome, and then getting on Celebrity Ascent, then, sailing on her for a full 8 days, then checking out Barcelona, then flying to Paris, spending a couple of days there in Paris, and then heading back home. It's just going to be not only great memories, but a lot is going to be. It's like, I think I'm going to need a vacation after this whole trip. That's how I feel. Welcome in, Miss Jen. Thank you so much for being here. It's just been crazy trying to figure out. Right now, what we're trying to figure out is the exchange of funds, guys, because the euros into American dollars are about $1.22 American. Miss Kathy Mills, thank you so much for being here. So it's just crazy trying to figure all of that out, trying to figure, how much is transportation going to cost, once we get there from the airport to our hotel. I actually been in contact with my hotel. They do have a shuttle. I think they charge about 100 euros for 5 people, 10 luggages. Yeah, guys, we have a lot of luggage. It's like 2 luggages per person. But so it's just all the information you got to gather, make sure that you have all your documentation, getting into Europe, and like passports, and make sure you're getting all your information for your flights. I did everything yesterday. So I just have a lot of questions for some of you, because I know some of you that are here in the community have gone to Europe. And I just wanted to know, how did you guys do it when it came to transportation from the airport to your hotel? Because I just found out, well, I just did not find out, but I actually thought about it the other day. I should have just stood at the hotel where my transport bus from Celebrity is picking up. So I'm about 6 miles away from that hotel, which is not that bad, but that means that I have to travel. I have to get an Uber or a taxi or some sort of shuttle to get us from one place to another. So that's going to be another expense, added into there. American. Okay, so yours, let me see. Most places take credit cards, use a card that has minimal transaction fee. I've been checking on that, Donnell, for sure. I've been checking on all of that. I've been checking with all of my cards that I have to see which one has the best situation and deal. But I want to have some sort of euros, for the little things that technically, you don't use a credit card on. Like if you want to buy something in the street or something like that, I'd rather have something, instead of having to use my card like everywhere. We use a car service from the airport to the hotel and hotel to ship. Well, I have transportation from the hotel to the ship. The only issue is that I had 2 options: either be picked up at the city center or be picked up back at the airport. So I chose the city center because I was already there. So we're like about 6 miles away from the pickup area for our transportation with Celebrity. So I have that already. And I have like transportation in Barcelona. The only one that I'm still working with is the one from once I get off the airplane in Rome, the one from Rome to the hotel. You can get euros in AAA or exchange. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I actually contacted a couple of places in the airport in Miami because we're actually leaving out of Miami. So I contacted a couple of exchange places in the airport in Miami. They're about 114 today. So I'm hoping that by the time we get there on Tuesday for our flight, it's still at the 114 to at least take some sort of euros. Hello, Miss M. Welcome into the show today. We use the Black Lane app for transportation from airport. All right, so I have to write all this stuff down. Jen, do me a favor. When you get a chance, just send me a message with that information and I'm going to check on it. Yeah, I know that the airport exchange is most expensive. I checked with my bank on Friday, no, on Saturday. They're about 122 with the transaction fee. So I have to see between now and Monday. I have like a 2-day period. If I want Chase to get me that money, then I have to at least let them know no later than tomorrow, pretty much. We got off the ship in Rome and took a car service. We booked in advance for the port to our hotel in Rome. 4 of us shared the cost. All right. Well, that's good to know. Well, just so that you guys know, um, there's a couple of different shuttle air places that I found. One of them was about $317 because the problem is that we have 5 people and there's 10 luggages. So there's a lot of luggage. And then we found an Uber for 119 euros. And then our hotel charges only 100. So we're more than likely probably going to do the hotel unless between now and then I find something different. So we have to figure that out as we go. But thank you guys for being here and for all the great information. I knew some of you guys have traveled to Rome. It's a packed itinerary. Like we're gonna get there we leave on Tuesday, so we're gonna get there Wednesday. Yeah, we get there Wednesday morning, and then from Wednesday we have a Pantheon excursion in the evening. I think it's at 4:30, and then from there we have a bus tour at 7 p.m., which is going to take us around Rome and show us different things. And it has kind of like a pizza stop at the end, so it's going to be kind of cool. And then the next day we're hitting like the Colosseum and all of that stuff, and the Vatican is going to be on Thursday, because Friday, which is going to be cruise day, we are actually going to be getting everything ready to go to the port of Rome. We're actually Civitavecchia, which is the port of Rome, to get on board of the Celebrity Ascent. And then we're taking off because we're going to be traveling to Sicily. I think it's Sicily, Florence, Palma de Mallorca, and I think there's like 6 ports altogether. And in every port, we actually have a tour or something going on in every port. Welcome in, Harlan. How are you? Yeah, that's what I thought too, Miss Kathy. I thought $100 was a really good price. I'm actually talking to the hotel to see if they can get us from that hotel to the transport bus. And I'm trying to see what the cost of that will be. So I'm trying to get that situated and see what that cost will be, because we're going to need some sort of transportation on Friday. I know that I've been on the Facebook chat, for this cruise, and I tell you guys, as a travel advisor, I never recommend traveling like either the day of your cruise or getting there on the day of your cruise. Hi, Miss Katie. Welcome in, my love. Thank you so much for being here. I saw some gentleman that says that he's arriving Friday, the day of his cruise. You must have that is just crazy to me, because I'm over here thinking, what happens if one of your flights get canceled, something happens, or some sort of delay? You're probably not going to make it. And trust me, this cruise is not like a couple of $100, guys. This is so expensive. I'm like, I already have all my travel insurance ready to go for this cruise. Welcome in, Jamie813. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for being back with us. Um, Guys, I would recommend, if you can, if you travel a lot, Allianz will be the best travel protection for you guys if you travel a lot. If you don't, at least get some sort of travel protection. You never know what can happen. I'm traveling with my kids, so I just want to make sure that if anything were to happen, we are covered wherever we are. So please make sure you get travel protection. Um, what are you doing in Palma de Mallorca, going there in my inaugural transatlantic Star Princess in October? Actually, Margot, I'll be honest with you. Celebrity had they had an excursion. I think it was about $165 a person to take you to. There's like a really nice. I forgot what the name, because I don't have it right here in front of me. There's like a really nice church that they take you there, and it was kind of like a walking tour kind of thing. Um, for us to get from the port to where that church is, it's about a 15-minute car ride. It's about a 15-minute taxi car ride. So what we're gonna do, I decided, instead of paying, because I looked through when I was looking at Celebrity, not because I wanted to go check out that church. I looked through all the points where that excursion was going to happen, and that's pretty much all in the same vicinity. And I'm like, why do I want to pay about $700 or something like that? It was going to cost for all four of us to go, where I can actually do it myself. So I'll just probably have to pay just the taxi to get us to the city area. And then we prepaid a $10 to go see the church there per person, and then everything else is walking distance. And unless you're going to spend some money on eating there or maybe buying some sort of souvenir or whatever, all the other stuff that was included on that same excursions are free to go in. So we just decided, you know what, we're just going to cut the cost, and we're just going to, because it's like, really, that's not it. You from supposedly from where the ship docks to where the church is, you could actually see it from the ship. So it's not like if it's really far. But they did say it was about a 15-minute drive by taxi. Hello, Miss Samara Brown. Welcome in. The Queen of Disney is here. She's looking forward to her next cruise on Disney. So Samara wants to be in Lagomar right now. But yeah, Margot, check out, the different, I always check out whatever I want to do. And then I want to see how far the distance it is, to see if it's worth doing an excursion through the cruise line, or maybe just taking it upon yourself and getting it done, as long as you make sure you come back to the ship with enough time. Even though that I've noticed, I looked at the track as to where we're all going, and I noticed that we're not too far from each of the ports. So if something were to happen, we can always spend the night at the next port of call, get a hotel there, and then jump back on the ship. But everything is pretty much walkable, especially like castles, churches, and different things like that. You're able to pretty much walk them without a big issue. You'll be fine 15 minutes away from the port. Yeah, I said the same thing. I said, why do I want to pay Celebrity 165 times 4 people? And I'll just save in that money, because I don't think the taxi is going to cost me $165 to get there. In your pre-stay port. I know, right? Well, I'm going to be leaving from Miami. Hello, Miss Tracy. How are you? But we have, like, you don't understand. We have everything set from the moment we leave our house. Like, I made the decision about 2 weeks ago. Once I get done with my work day on Monday, we're going to be heading out to Miami. We are going to be spending the night at the Sheraton, which is the same place I'm going to be leaving my vehicle for the next 17 days. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay there. I just don't feel like getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, driving to Miami, super tired, to get on a flight at 4 o'clock to then do 14-hour flight. So we're just going to spend the night there, kind of like chill, relax, eat breakfast there. And then they'll shuttle us from the Sheraton Miami to the cruise, well, not the cruise, but to the airplane, because it's like right across the street. So we don't have to move the car or anything. We'll just leave my car there. They'll take us there. And then from there, we'll embark on the flight. over to Rome. And then once we get to Rome, we'll go to our hotel. From the hotel, we got the Pantheon that same day to the hop on. It's not a hop on, hop off. It's a tour, a bus tour that evening. And then we have like the Fountain of Trevi the next day with along with the Colosseum, because in the Colosseum, I love history, and you guys should know that by now. And I just did a whole full tour of the Colosseum. I think there's like 3 different places that you can go on there. And they're going to take us to Palatine and the hills of who knows what, I forgot it's called. And after that, we're going to spend the rest of the day in the Vatican. And then after we get done with the Vatican, then we're going to have some sort of dinner and just check out the place, enjoy the rest of the areas that to enjoy. And then we're going to get up the morning of the cruise. Obviously, we're going to get up early, going to get everything situated and ready, do a few things before getting on the shuttle to take us to the bus station. And then from there, I think it's about an hour and 15-minute drive to the cruise port, and then we embark on our cruise. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Once we do the whole cruise part of it, which is going to take us 8 days. We have 2 sea days, 6 ports of calls. We're going to end up in Barcelona. And right there in Barcelona, we're going to visit the Sagrada Familia. I already also have a place where we're going to store all of our luggage. So that is already paid for and everything. So we're going to store our luggage there. We're going to enjoy a half day, you can say, in Barcelona. And then from there, we're heading to the airport around 5 o'clock in the evening, 5 or 6, the latest. And from there, our flight takes off at about 9 p.m. to Paris. And we should be in Paris about 11:15. And from there, we're going to take a Uber or something like that to take us to the hotel, which is kind of cool. I don't know how many of you guys watch Emily in Paris. I love Emily in Paris. Watch all of the episodes. And weirdly so, we're staying in Saint Germain, which is actually where she filmed Emily in Paris. So when I looked at it, because I was talking to Jeffy and I said, that's one of the things that I want to actually go check out. And it's 2 blocks away from where we're staying. So that's even fantastic. So I get to see all of that. We are going to be going to Disney Paris. And obviously, we're going to check out the Trevi Fountain, the Arc of the Triumph. There's just so many things. We're going to go check out the Louvre over there, the Notre Dame Church. We're also going to check that out. It's just a lot of fun activities that we have all planned out for our Paris trip. If there's something, I will be documenting and vlogging everything, guys. So if there's something that you guys want me to check out for you while I'm there, please let me know so that I can put it on the vlog for you guys. I always, put it out there. I do get some people that send me, hey, if you go here, can you check out this information for me? Samara says, my dad is watching. Well, hi, Samara's dad. Thank you for watching the channel. So, but yes, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm truly looking forward to it. I feel super blessed, very thankful, first of all, with God for the opportunity, to actually be able to leave my country and go someplace else and kind of see something brand new. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm so used to, the Caribbean. Everywhere I go, I know everything I have to do. So it's kind of like a little bit of nerve-wracking when you're going outside of your own country and you're trying to figure, especially when you're traveling with your kids, making sure that that there's enough, just in case if any emergency happens, the what ifs that you don't know, are we ready, just in case this or that were to happen, we have everything taken care of. But pretty much we're ready. We're ready, as best as we're going to be. Right now, it's just a matter of packing, finishing up with some of my clients, getting all of my final payments that I need to get them before the 18th, because since I'm going to be gone pretty much about half of the month of June, I need to make sure that all of my clients that have a final payment between now and June, I can get all of that stuff done for them. But if not, then I can always do it when I'm on board because I'm always working. For those of you that don't know, guys, I actually had a really interesting call today with AT&T. AT&T is my cell phone carrier. I've been with AT&T for about 30 years, no, about 27 years now. And I had an interesting phone call. I don't know how many of you guys um, travel and buy like a cruise package on your cell phone. And this is mainly for AT&T, but the person that I actually talked to on the phone was very kind enough to check Verizon and T-Mobile for me, like other companies, to see what they were doing. And as of 2 weeks ago, which is a bummer because I've always paid $100 for a full month of international and cruise package. And that would have taken, if I do a couple of trips in a month or whatever I do, whether international or on a cruise, it will cover me for that whole month where I can speak with my customer, text message, and all of that shenanigans. Well, now they changed it. Now they no longer have the $100 monthly thing. Now they're charging $20 for the cruise package per day. So if you use your phone to make a phone call or even send a text, they automatically charge you a $20 per day if you are inside of the cruise and $12 if you're in land. Now, they're not going to charge like both the 20 and the 12 because I asked that question. So if you're in land and you get charged the $12 and you go on your cruise, you're going to still be charged the $12. But when I tally it up, I'm leaving for about close to 16, 17 days. That's going to be like almost a little bit close to $300, what I used to pay $100 for. And keep in mind, we're not even talking about the Wi-Fi package that we have to pay to use the Wi-Fi on board so that my laptop can work. So the reason being that they're changing the system is because of all the people that are traveling now on cruises. So they want to make more money. It's just no other difference. So I asked the lady that I was talking to, so what happens to like the industry, the people that work the travel industry or the people that actually work, in travel, or they work and they travel, or whatever the case may be. Anybody that has a business that you're working and you're traveling internationally or whatever, and you have to have it. There is no, I guess AT&T just put a flat information. So what I am going to do as a travel advisor, I got the information for the corporate. I think the corporate office is in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to prepare this really nice letter, and I'm going to send this letter to AT&T and ask to see if they can build a package for those people that their business is traveling abroad, like international or on a cruise all the time, or whatever the case may be, and see if maybe they can do something business wise, not like for those like a regular customer that travels maybe once or twice in a year and they use the package. I'm talking about the people like me that I'm always constantly on the go and on the travel, because at the end of the day, it's like I was telling him, it's going to cost me more to use my international package than the actual bill that I pay you guys monthly. And actually, Danielle, I'm glad that you brought that up, because we actually contacted Verizon, and Verizon just changed theirs too. And everybody, Verizon, T-Mobile, because I talked to the lady and I said, well, I might have to change to Verizon then, because Verizon, like you said, has a $10 a day. But nope, Verizon also changed their package. Also did T-Mobile and all the other, because there's a lot of people that are traveling and they figure we're going to make more money. So, yep, I spent an hour and a half today trying to figure that out, because it was like when I called in and she gives me the $20 a day. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just need the $100 package. She goes, well, we no longer have that. That was like 2 weeks ago. But I do agree with you, Miss Kathy. We need to wear some comfy, supportive shoes. And my feet gave out before I finished seeing the St. Peter's Basilica. and I had to sit in the prayer chair section and take a load off. Yeah, I agree. I actually bought me, I don't know how good they are, but I've actually did a lot of research. I heard that they're really good. So I bought me the oh my God, what type of shoes did I just got? Um, oh my God. My mind just whoop. I just got me the hookahs. That's what I did. I bought me a pair. I think they're called the Genevas, and they're actually made for walking. So I wear them. I've been wearing them for these last couple of weeks, and they're very nice and supportive. Very good for walking. You don't barely, you feel like if you have no shoes at all. So that was really good. So I'm hoping, Miss Kathy, that those will work marvelously over there, because I know we're going to be tracking a whole lot over there. I have a friend who worked for the phone company way back. I'm telling you, guys, if you guys travel, see, as a travel advisor, I have two different bills I got to pay. I pay my cell phone international package with my phone because I have a lot of customers that call me there. And then I pay the Wi-Fi package with the cruise company because I actually need my laptop in order to work. So every time you see me on a cruise, I have a double bill that I have to pay. And it's just crazy. It just blows my mind that I could have easily just paid $100, and now I got to pay like 300 and something dollars for the same service. It's just insane. And she was telling me, she was funny because she's like, well, at least you get some data. And I said, I don't use the data because I don't need to use the data. All I need is text messaging and my phone. So I might have to see if maybe putting on, which I have WhatsApp, but not all of my customers are in WhatsApp. But I'm going to see if I can check to see how many of them are there, just in case if somebody needs me, then I can minimize the bill a little bit, as much as I can minimize it while I'm over there. Hi, Mike. Welcome in. Question: what about using the MPC mobile passport for your passport for global entry? You know what, Mike? I read about the global entry. I know it costs about $100 and something dollars, but by the time I figured it out to get the passport for the mobile global entry, it was not going to be in time for me to actually be able to use it. Because for those of you that don't know, the regular one that you buy while you're here in the United States do not work in other countries. So you need, like what Mike is saying, you need global entry for that. So that's a really good question. You can also get virtual SIM cards. Yeah, I read about the virtual SIM cards. I just got to figure out how that works over there. And I do have an iPhone on there, so I might be checking to see if I can figure that out, how to work that part of it. But I'm not too worried, because I set up my email, and it's so weird and so strange to finally, for the first time, that I'm actually going outside of this country, that I have an out of office put on my email, because I just want to make sure. I have a couple of situations going on. I'm going to be in a different country, which they're 6 hours ahead of me. And I did put in my email that I'm about 6 hours ahead. So more than likely, if you probably call, I might be sleeping when you're calling and all of that. So I'm working with also my Expedia office. They also know what's going on. So my office is also backing me up, just in case if you guys cannot get a hold of me for whatever reasons, you guys can call the office. Welcome in, Cruise Nuts. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. You guys can call the office and get help that way while I come back, or send me an email and I can work it while I'm over there. But we're figuring all of that stuff out. I'm sure that, knowing the kind of person that I am and how I am with my clients, I will try my best to make sure that everything is taken care of for everybody. But it's a one in a lifetime kind of thing. It's my first time going over there. So I'm also trying to be able to enjoy it and take it all in and bring you guys as much information as I can. I know that some of you have already gone over there and enjoy that kind of thing. And maybe you get to see it again, maybe from a different perspective and a different vision. But I'm going to try my best to be able to bring you guys along in every step of our way, from the moment we leave our home to the moment we get back. So that is my goal, is to bring you guys all the action as is happening. Just have your offers cover you and take a real vacation. The thing is that I have a lot of customers, and not everybody knows that I'm leaving. So if they send me an email during that time, they will receive an out of office response letting them know that this is where I am, and it might be a delay. But for the phone call part, I will figure that out as we go. How do you handle the time difference and the jet lag and not get into that trap of being tired and not enjoy yourself? I'll be honest, Mike, this is my first time that I'm going. And like I was saying, I know you just got in. I changed the way that I was gonna leave, because I was gonna leave from my house like about 6 in the morning and drive to Miami, and then get on the flight at 4:30 p.m. But I made the decision to drive the night of and stayed in a hotel. That way I'm well rested, and I will leave my hotel around 12, and they'll shuttle us to across the street, literally, to the airport. And then we'll be there, because you got it for international, just in case, for you guys that don't know, you got to be there at least 3 hours ahead of time. I'm going to be there about 4 hours and a half ahead of time, because I need to do the exchange of the euros and do other stuff that I need to get done. I already did all the pre-check through the airline with the passport information and all of that. So we have everything ready to go when it comes to that. But I feel that by staying the night, I'm going to be more rested. And then we have our first leg of the flight is an 8 hours and 20-minute long. So I'm hoping to get some rest during that time as much as we can, because we're going from Miami to Lisbon. And then we have a 3-hour layover in Lisbon to Rome. So by the time it's midnight here in Florida, it's about 6 something over there in Lisbon. Almost 7 o'clock in the morning is when we be arriving. And then from there, we're taking another flight at, I think it was like 9 something Lisbon time. And we're getting to Rome about 11, like 12:15 in the afternoon. But I'm also going with a big group. There's like 28 people going on the same flight. So some of my clients are also going with me. So it's really cool how we're gonna do. But I do agree with you. Sleep on the plane if you can. Resist napping. Sleep early first night. And oh my God, they just released the Disney World Magic Kingdom Parade July 20th. Oh, are you gonna go? But yeah, so we have everything pretty much set. Right now, what I'm trying to do is figure out, just the transportation part. But I don't know. I guess that question, Mike, I will have to let you know once I've gone through it and see how. Hey, how you doing, Scott from Controversial Cruising? Hello, sir. Welcome in. So yeah, that part of it, Mike, I will have to let you know once I've gone through that and let you know how I ended up at the end. But I think, with all the excitement and everything, you're probably not going to feel it the first couple of days. What I do enjoy is that I know that for Rome, it's gonna feel like more go, 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 go. And then once we get on the cruise, the first port of call the next day is Sicily. But then right after that, we have a sea day. So I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be my rest day. It's a sea day, and work as much as I can, catch up to what I need to catch up, and then do all the different ports, and then catch up again on the 12th of June, which is my next sea day, which, by the way, guys, if you guys did not know, June 12th is when the 3-day sale for Princess starts. And if you're thinking of booking a Princess cruise, that is the best time of the year to book it. You can get up to $40 per day per person in onboard credit. Is a $100 non-refundable deposit, and this is only for Expedia cruises. So if you're interested in getting a cruise for 2026, 27, whenever you want to cruise, let me know, because I will be booking on the 12th. I will be booking all of my clients that want to do the 3-day sale. I have a list going on. And thankfully, that's a sea day for me. So I'm going to get up early and book everybody that I got to book and get everybody ready to go and make sure that all of their stuff is completed. But I just wanted to let you know, throw that out there, that if you're thinking of maybe either trying Princess for the first time, or you love Princess so much that you want to go back, Then the 3-day sale starts in June 12th to the 15th. Sometimes they do extend it, but I haven't heard of any extensions this year so far. But if there's something that you're interested in, just give me a call, or maybe call somebody that you know in Expedia, and get with them. Because I tell you, last year I booked a couple, a whole bunch of people, but a couple of them did some mini suites, and they got like $1,200 in onboard credit each person. Crazy how much onboard credit you can tally. I think I'm gonna book one myself. I never been on a princess cruise, so I'm thinking I'm gonna book me a princess for Martina and I for our anniversary next year, and see if we can get some OBC so we can buy some, either some shore excursions or whatever in princess. So, but yeah, guys, it's just crazy. We're just right now packing. Actually, I actually bought a converter, one of those converters to charge your phones and all of that. And I bought the wrong one. Thankfully, to my husband, Martin, Mr. Peter Pan over there, that read the box last night. He says, let me see that converter that you purchased. And it does not convert, the watts or whatever. It doesn't convert it. So we're going to send that one back. The other one came in today. So we're going to be taking that one because that does convert. So keep in mind that if you're traveling to to Europe or to the UK, you're going to need one of those box converters so that you can enjoy your cell phone use or your laptop or whatever it is, because you need that converter in order to be able to charge all of your stuff. Just to give you a little bit about hotel pricing in Rome, I think our hotel that we're staying was about $280 per night. And I think that was reasonable for Rome, and the area that we are staying in, because we're closer to the Colosseum. We're like about 7 or 9 minutes walking distance from the Colosseum, around there. So I picked our hotel kind of like dead center, so that we're kind of like wherever we're going, we're not too far. The only place that is a little bit far is the Vatican, because that's in Vatican City, which is in the other side, which is weird because that's where the celebrity bus picks you up, is in Vatican City. So it's crazy. I'm staying at the Best Western Presidential Hotel. I was going to choose the blue, but when I did the blue, it was about 500 and something dollars per night. So I looked at the Best Western, great reviews and all of that. So I made the decision to stay there. It's weird that I'm telling you guys where am I staying. Oh my God, that's creepy. But we're staying at the Best Western Hotel over there. Don't be calling me at the middle of the night looking for me, guys. Don't be pranking on my phone. But we'll be staying at the Best Western in Paris. I know we're going to be staying in Saint Germain, and it's kind of like it's not a hotel. I rented like a penthouse suite. It's like the last suite on the top. I don't know what they call it over there. It was a weird name. And that one is like a whole, kind of like a condo, you can say. It has everything, like a whole house kind of looking thing. It has washer, dryer, refrigerator, like a stove, everything. So I will not stop you. I can see Donnell calling me in the middle of the night. What you doing? We have stayed at the Best Western. Very nice. Thank you, Ev. Oh my gosh. Skyro, hello. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being here. That's a good deal on a hotel in Rome. It really was. Well, the one in Paris, I will say that is where a lot of the money went. Paris is very expensive for hotels. And it's weird because where I'm going to be staying is literally across from the Notre Dame. And the reason why I picked that one is because I wanted to be more central from Disney and then from the Eiffel Tower. Guys, and talking about the Eiffel Tower, have you guys seen the Eiffel Tower documentary of how it was built? I'm actually watching that. We started watching it last night, and we're going to finish watching it tonight. Hey, David. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, sir. So, yeah, we're watching that documentary, and it was kind of cool to know that Mr. Eiffel actually built the Statue of Liberty that is sitting in New York. It was crazy. But we're gonna finish watching that today. But I'm all over the place today. So yeah, we're gonna be staying right in the middle. So we're across from the Notre Dame, closer to the Louvre Museum, to Emily in Paris, to Disney, the Eiffel Tower, the Arc of the Triumph. So we're kind of like in the middle area. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the hotel. For the hotel, from the 14th to the 17th, I think it came out to about 2,300 and something dollars to stay on that hotel. But that's like a full kind of like, it says it's a penthouse condo kind of thing. I don't think it's like a hotel. I think it's somebody's whatever. And the only reason why I picked it is because it has enough room, and it has the washer, the dryer, a whole full kitchen and all of that. Take pics of oh, trust me, I am going to be documenting everything. You don't understand. Excitement is beyond at this point. Don't forget to get a Spirit jersey when you got it, Mike, when you're at Disney. Pass, and they have you been to Disney? Have you been to Disney in Paris? Mike, trust me, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see, Disney in Paris, see what they have, what they don't have. What's the difference between Orlando and Paris? I think I heard that Disney in Paris is a little bit smaller than the one here in Orlando. But if you guys know, they're making one in Dubai now. So that was probably going to be crazy. And, we're probably going to have to end up flying to Dubai to go to that one. No, I have not. I've seen some of my friends there. Okay. Because I know, I think, what is it? JoJo's World have been to Paris, Disney. And I think Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow has also gone to Disney. So I've seen some of their vlogs and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so that's what it looks like, kind of like, because we're not going to spend like a whole day in Disney. We're doing like a half day there. And the ticket was only like $70, guys. If you guys are ever in Paris and you want to check out Disney, it was $70 for the ticket. And the train ride is about $2.50, I think it is. And that's the reason why we're staying there, because the train is like down the street from where we're staying. So we just got to just walk down the street, hop on the train early in the morning. It'll get us there and get us back. And then we're going to enjoy the Eiffel Tower at night. And then on the next day, we actually have the Eiffel Tower during the day that we're going to actually go all the way up. By the time we got to the Eiffel Tower excursion, we wanted to do the lunch in the Eiffel Tower, but those were all sold out. I might have to check and see if they still have any availability when we get there, but I don't promise anything because it was sold out to capacity. So we will have to just kind of like wing it and see what's going to happen. But if not, it's all fine and dandy. There's other places I'm sure that we can have lunch in Paris. And I just want to enjoy and take it all in. We are not fans of the mouth, but Tokyo Disney looks off the chain. You know what, Donnell? I'll tell you something, girl. If you want, maybe not anytime soon, but maybe you, Jen, and maybe Lexi and some of us can do a Tokyo trip, and we can go to Disney over there and check out Tokyo at the same time. I'm down for something like that. That'll be really cool. That will be great. We can do another trip. Supposedly the Disney park in Dubai will cover with roof. Yep, that's the rumor, because it's so hot. It's just so hot out there. It's crazy how, but they're going to build it. And I bet you anything, the technology there is going to be off the chain. Off the chain. It's going to be crazy when they start building that whole entire park in Dubai. I think right now they have, with Dubai, I think there's 7 parks altogether for Disney. It's just crazy. It's insane how much Disney is growing and how much it's going all over the world. I do know that the one in Tokyo, it's like Donnell said, it's off the chain, because I've seen some of the bigger YouTubers for Disney, and they have gone over there. And I watch all of the vlogs because it's just so pretty and so different, I wonder sometimes when you watch these types of vlogs, you wonder, okay, so the people that are in Tokyo that fly to Florida, I wonder what do they think when they see the Disney here in Orlando versus their Disney in Tokyo. Do they feel like, oh my God, why did I fly all the way over here when I have the best of the best over there? Probably, I don't know, but who knows? I want to go there and all the you want to do all the Duffy merch. That's so cute. Dress, grab lunch at the Sidewalk Cafe in Paris, Eiffel Tower area places our tourist trap. Yeah, I remember you did mention that, so I did write a note about that on there. And yeah, we're gonna try the croissants. We want to try all of that cool stuff. So if there's anything that you, because I know you guys have my cell number and stuff like that. I'm not leaving until like Tuesday evening. If there's something that you guys want to for me to try out and something that maybe you guys enjoy, yeah, just send me a text 813. Donnell, put my cell phone on the either Donnell or Emily, put my cell phone on the chat real quick. Just send me a text and say, hey Jackie, this is such and such. I went to Paris or I went to Rome or wherever. I know you're going to Barcelona. This is what I tried. Maybe you want to try this place, and just send it to me because I would love to see, a little bit about what you guys saw and maybe just try it. Put it on the vlog. Don't forget the baguette. No, and we have to, I have to start learning how to get some French, because they're like Italian over there. So you got to speak the language. I know like what is it, oui, mon chéri, all of those, but I don't know how to speak the language. So we got to figure that out. I might have to do that Babel thing for 14 hours to learn some words and things. The macaroons. Oh my God, Mike. Fantastic. I will be doing some live streaming, guys, from over there. And more than likely, when I'm probably live, you probably might be asleep. So you guys can maybe go back and check it out. So always make sure that you keep subscribed, that you keep all the notifications on, so that when you wake up the next day, you're like, oh, she was live. And let me see where she was at. Kind of like tracking where I am. Where is Tinkerbell today? What is she doing? So I will be doing some live streaming because I love to bring you guys, the ports of call. So I want to, we have a balcony also. So I want to bring you the live stream with the balcony, and you guys can see what the area looks like. So at least it gives you a little bit of like on the day of, instead of like when you do the vlog and you have to edit everything, it's kind of like a live stream. Thank you, Em, for that. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. The French are the rudest people in the world. Well, I don't know that, Harlan. So, and even if they are, I will always treat them with kindness, because at the end of the day, I am in their world and I'm no longer in mine. So I'm always respectful of where I am, wherever I go, because at the end of the day, that is where they live, is who they are. So I always try to, make sure that all the time at 100%, I'm always treating everybody with kindness. Even if they don't treat me the same way, then you know what? You just continue and you don't say anything. You just walk away. My family from Paris. Oh, you have family over there. No worries, Donnell. Donnell is like, she's over there plotting. She goes, you know what, Jen? We got to go into this, and we're going to go to Tokyo with Tink. So we're going to go to Tokyo, guys. You watch. We're going to figure something out. Bonjour means hello. Oh, look at that. Bonjour. Oui, oui. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure. Oh, God. Means goodbye. Okay. Ooh, look, M. M is going to call me. I'm going to call M. M, what does this mean? I do have, I actually downloaded an app for translations. Where you can put your phone like a camera and you can look at the different things, whether in French or whatever, and it'll translate into English so you can know what the restaurants and menus and things like that is saying that it has. And the only reason why I'm doing that, because I have a shellfish allergy, so I cannot eat everything. So I want to make sure that I don't have an episode or an issue in a different country. So yeah, I'm taking all of my EpiPens. I'm taking everything with me to make sure that Tinkerbell is good to go. My family lived in France for so many years until they were oh, that's sad. But hey, I'm glad that you guys have family and friends, and I'm sure that no matter what, it's going to be a new kind of thing. I'm just looking forward to it. I think I think there's some scenic. I don't know if Donnell or Jen or anybody here has done it. I heard there's some scenic river cruise thing over there. Is that something that you guys think is something that is good to do, or just maybe stay away from? Because that's the only thing that we have left to book, and we're trying to figure out if it's worth doing it or not worth doing it. A lot of places in Europe, you have to pay. Oh my God, are you serious? Usually in Europe, keep cash handy. That's the reason why I want to take my euros. At Cafe Def, order a croquet monsieur. Oh, how do you say that? Monsieur or a croquet. I remember that. You did tell me this, M. M, can you do me a favor? Can you text me that info so that I will save it on my phone? Ooh, I remember M did mention this to me. And look at you, girl. I was like, oh, I'm coming along. I know we talked about that one time. Yeah, send it over on a text message, and I will definitely put a little thing on my phone and make sure I check it out. Oh my God, Donnell, I'm gonna have to like figure that one out now. I'm going, it's like, I live vicariously through all of my vlogger friends that when they travel, I'm like, oh my God, how beautiful. People that go to Bora Bora and they film everything, and you're like, oh my God, like I would love to be there right now. So hopefully that you guys will live vicariously through Tinker and check out the live streaming and all of that. I have never done the River in France tour of Italian rivers. Were great. Okay. I don't know. I heard that they're good. It's called something Scenic River something, and it goes by the Eiffel Tower and all. And some of them are also like, there's like one of them that is kind of like a restaurant in the river, kind of like you pay and you have a full down sit down dinner, and it takes you around the river in that area. But I don't know how good it is, and that's the only thing that we're missing, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to book it or we're just going to roll with the flow. So that's the only thing that we're technically like trying to figure out we're going to do or not. But yeah, we're definitely going to go to the Arc of the Triumph, the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Notre Dame, Disney. And then we're going to just walk around, check out some stores, because, you got to go shopping in Paris. That's going to be, I think, my splurge is going to be in Paris. There is a store out there that I enjoy personally. I love shopping at that specific store. And the original one is in Paris. So I'm going to be checking it out. I'm not going to say, if you guys know me, you know exactly what store am I taking about. If not, you guys are going to have to wait until the vlog. You guys going to have to wait until the vlog so you guys can see what store is Tinkerbell's favorite store. So I'm looking forward to checking out. That will be my last stop in Paris, will be that store. And that will complete our time in Paris. And then we're just probably going to have dinner or whatever that day. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hopefully when you get to Notre Dame, you will see the hunch. Who knows? I do know. Oh my God, look at Jen. Jen knows me very well. That's right. The LV Jen. We got to always check it out. I'll tell you something, Harlan. I actually watched a documentary in history, I want to say a couple of months ago. And supposedly, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but supposedly in that church, the Notre Dame church, is where the actual crown of thorns from Jesus is actually sitting, is actually there. The actual supposedly original one. How true that is, I don't know, but I'm a Christian and I got to go and check it out. I got to go see it. And because I think there's a lot of meaning behind it. And the other day I was actually researching, because one of my things that I want to do eventually down the road is go to Jerusalem. I want to go to the land where Jesus walked one day, and I want to be able to see all of that. And I actually Googled who of the apostles went to either Rome or any of that place. And obviously Peter did. So we're actually going to be visiting the Peter Basilica. So I'm super looking forward to that. learning all the things, where he walked and, all of that, and kind of like knowing that a little piece of him was there. So it's kind of cool to do all of that kind of stuff. Um, M says, I just text you about, okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Tracy. I appreciate you. The Notre Dame say hello to the gargoyles there. All right, Mike, I will. I will say hello to them. I said, Mike said hello. I hope that the bells are ringing when you go. I heard the bells sound beautiful. I'm hoping to. I'm hoping that I get to enjoy all of that and get to see it. Um, let me see. Jerusalem. I heard Harlan that it's a beautiful place to be. I was supposed to do that before the whole situation over there is happening right now. I was scheduled already to go, and then everything got canceled because of what's going on over there. So I just continue to pray that one day it'll be my turn to actually be able to see her and to enjoy all there is, because my trip was going to start in Egypt, and it was going to go from Egypt into Jerusalem. So I was going to start where Moses started and then all the way through Jerusalem. So it was going to be like a 2-week trip. So, but one day maybe we'll go there. And if anybody's interested, I could let you guys know. And then maybe you guys can come along with me on that trip. I was there in 1984. Oh, how awesome, Harlan. That is really cool. I'm glad that you actually went and enjoyed it. I bet it's a great place to be. I heard so many great things. My pastor has been there many times. My church has actually been there many times. And when I made the decision, okay, I want to go, then everything got canceled. But it's okay. It's in God's timing. I always said it's always on his timing. So it's not my timing right now, but eventually it'll be. So I'm looking forward to whenever that day comes. But yeah, guys, let me know. Like I said, send me a text if there's something that, you guys want me to check for you guys, or maybe a restaurant that you guys want me to try. Like I said, it's my first time over there. So I'm actually looking forward to, taking it all in. I do agree with you, David. Nice trip. Jerusalem will be a great trip. Yep. I'm looking forward to one day. One day, I know I'm going to be able to do those 2 weeks coming through Egypt and check out Jerusalem. And I can't wait. It's one of those places that is always great to visit. I think it'll connect you even more with God, and as a Christian, it'll connect you more, because they always said, a lot of people that I've known that went there, it says it's a different feel when you get there. So I'm looking forward to all of that one day. But in the meantime, I'm just happy. I'm going to Europe, and it's going to be great. And I can't wait to enjoy it. I can't wait to enjoy it with my family, my friends, and my clients that are going with me. As a group, like I said, of 28. We're all leaving together. Most of them are going to be staying in Barcelona, and then I'm be flying out. So the end of our trip with the biggest of the groups is going to be Barcelona, and then some of us are going to be going to Paris. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow, guys, don't forget we have Across the Wave. Keith is right now on a cruise on Liberty of the Seas, so we're going to be coming live from Liberty of the Seas. If you've never seen that cruise, then come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. and check it out. Check out Liberty of the Seas. Next week, I will not be having a live stream at 7 p.m. because I will be traveling next week on Tuesday. And we will not be having a Across the Wave next week. But the following week, we are going to be having an Across the Wave from the Celebrity Ascent. I will be doing the live streaming from there so that you guys that have not seen the Celebrity Ascent get to see that ship and all its glory and everything that has, and hopefully praying that Wi-Fi is working fabulously over there. So just we'll keep in touch on our live streams. I'm not going to be doing a live stream on Tuesday of next week for this show, but just keep all your alerts on, because I will be doing live streaming from the ship in all of the different ports of calls, depending on the time. I'll just be it's going to be an impromptu live streaming. I'm not going to put like ahead of time because of the time difference and all of that. So whenever we're leaving, I'm just going to do the live streaming from there. Thank you, Miss Donnell. I'm so excited for you guys. Enjoy yourself. You will love Europe. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit of that with you guys and bringing you guys along. You know, you guys are the community. We got to bring you along. So make sure you guys are ready. You know, pack all your stuff, get all ready to go so you guys can come along with me and enjoy a little bit of my vision as I go through Europe and bringing that to you guys. We will call you for the final payment for the September cruise. I think the final payment is at the end of the month, mommy. So I think you guys are okay because I'll be back home by then because I checked the dates and I think yours is the 28th of June. So if you want to call me, that's fine. But if not, you don't have, there's no big issues there. Have a great time. Thank you, Mr. Mike. Well, I'll see you guys on the next one, which is tomorrow. And we were doing Across the Way from Liberty of the Seas. I love you guys all. Thank you so much for being here and, for the good information that you guys gave me today. Like I said, if you guys have anything else to let me know, just send me a text. And I'll be more than happy to either put it on the vlog for you guys and check it out, or maybe, since Mike had a question, I'm going to see if I could find that information about, how do you do it, for the jet lag. So we're going to figure that out for Mike. But thank you guys so much for being here in the show this evening. I love you guys all to the moon and back. Please stay safe. May God bless each and every one of you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys all. Toodles. I'm so excited, guys. Toodles. I love you guys all. Bye-bye.